Hello everybody, welcome back to another Four Eyes Games video. Today we will be going to JOOL, continuing my InterPlanetary series. But anyways, let's get into the video. The JOOL space station has a MK1 inline cockpit and MK1 passenger cabin with a adapter at the back that holds two inflatable airlocks and one inflatable airlock on the front of the MK1 inline cockpit. The back of the space station has a Sykes Jr. Stored behind the space station is another Sykes Jr. with all the Sykes available in the game, with a antenna and multiple parachutes, including a heat shield. This is the Sykes bomb, which I did take inspiration from Matt Lown, which will dive into JOOL's atmosphere, collecting science until the pressure of the atmosphere eventually destroys it. The Sykes bomb does have a probe core, so it can be controlled on its own, which will help during the retrograde burn thanks to the 4 Separatron SRBs, which will provide the Sykes bomb with thrust during its retrograde burn. The entire space station and Sykes bomb is stowed away in a fairing to protect the delicate equipment from Kerbig's atmosphere while ascending. The entire space station will remain in the fairing up until JOOL orbit. The rocket has an interplanetary stage with slim fuel tanks which match the radial size of the Wolfhound engine, which will provide thrust to the interplanetary stage. The launch stage consists of 2 larger fuel tanks with one Orca engine, which is a part of a mod called Near Future Launch Vehicles. And the SRB stage consists of 2 Clydesdale SRBs, which will be fired upon launch, as well as the launch stage with the Orca engine. The entire rocket and space station had to be edited and modded multiple times. Some of these edits and modifications consist of forgetting to add RTGs and batteries to the space station. I also had forgotten to add a communications dish and an airlock, which is why I opted for a inflatable airlock docking port instead of a regular docking port. The Sykes bomb had to be edited too because I had forgotten to add a probe core and I had 0 control of the bomb. I had to cut down the number from 8 SRBs on the Sykes bomb to 4 because 8 would be an uneven center of thrust, while 4 would be even and the Sykes bomb wouldn't fly all over the place. The interplanetary stage has 2 Oscar fuel tanks attached to the side. And here we have launch. Hello everybody, welcome to the video for anybody who skipped to the launch. And so let's get into the video, of course. First, let's briefly go over the rocket and the space station. The space station has MK1 inline cockpit and MK1 crew cabin thingy and 3 inflatable airlock docking ports, as well as a Sykes bomb and a Sykes Jr. on board the space station. The rocket has a fairing, interplanetary stage, launch stage, and SRB stage. Very simple. Now let's go over the mission. The mission is to get a space station to orbit JOOL, continuing my interplanetary series, where the goal is to get a colony/base on every planet and moon in the Kerbal system. So far, I have done Kerbig, the Mug, Megamis, Eve, Gilly, Dreyes, Ike, Duga, and now I'm on JOOL. Alright, so now that you understand the rocket and the mission, we can talk about what you are currently viewing. Currently, you are watching me set up a JOOL approach. By the way, the transfer window for JOOL, I got literally perfect. And all I did was I just had to drag on the prograde handle until I got it perfectly. Search up KSP Delta V map and the dark one with the InterPlanetary mod and the transfer windows. Use that to play your KSP Delta V requirements and your transfer windows. That's what I use, and it's really, really helpful. So helpful, in fact, that I'm going to show it on screen right now. So there's the map, and now it's gone. Okay. So yeah, when you search up KSP Delta V maps, look for that one because it's amazing. It has so many features, and it includes the InterPlanetary mod, which is really cool for people who have installed that mod. So I highly recommend using that Delta V map. Anyways, let's talk about my next video because I'm very excited for it because I have big plans for it. My next video is going to be Lathe, which is one of the Julian Moogs, which has a breathable atmosphere. And I'm going to make a plague because it has a lot of oceans and I want to explore it. And I'm also going to be doing a Tylo gravity assist, which is something I've never done and I really want to do. Like, I want to get the max closest to Tylo. Like, I want to get really, really close to Tylo and just see it. And then I want to get slingshotted to Lathe. So, yes, I am really excited for my upcoming Lathe video. I have really big plans, and I'm hoping it works out. So, I didn't have enough Delta V in this mission to get into perfect orbit, but it got me into orbit, so I'm not complaining. Anyways, let's talk about something really unfortunate that happened. Like my big long time warp to get to JOOL, which was very long and very boring. So right at the end of it, my game froze, then it unfroze, and then my game crashed, and I had to completely reload KSP, and with all the mods I have installed, that takes a while, so it was upsetting, and I had to do some of the long time warp again. But it doesn't really matter, because it all worked out in the end, and as you can see here, I am still getting into JOOL orbit. Anyways, there it is, the space station. Anyways, my next space station, I want it to look like an actual space station because my space stations usually just look like this, a long stick that people, Kerbals specifically, can live in, which is boring because space stations are supposed to look cool with really big solar panels. But I don't have solar panels, I have RTGs, which work the same and they provide power all the time, I'm pretty sure, which solar panels do not, only when they have contact with the sun, or it can see the sun. Anyways, here's my JOOL entry with my science bomb. By the way, I did take inspiration from one of Matt's videos, which he made two of these videos. He made a JOOL diver, and it had a science bomb. I'm pretty sure that's the video. I don't know, but yeah, I took inspiration and I kinda copied his idea with the science bomb. Anyways, the video is coming to an end, so I'm gonna have to ask you to like this video, hit to share popularity, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share to your friends and family, and comment any of my questions if I ask or just whatever you want. Bye!